it was originated from there. Whether it originated in a bioweapons program or the lab is something we need to find out. But most importantly, we need to find out how this happened. We know they've lied and covered up from the beginning. The president's got every department that reports to him in the entire government now, and a whole of government really confrontation with the Chinese Communist Party, either for containment or taking it down. If you look at the FBI director, Wray, I mean, he almost sounds like J. Edgar Hoover going after the communist menace in the 1940s and the 1950s. He's really talked about every 10 hours to open up a counter-espionage case. Every 10 hours, the FBI's opened up a counter-espionage case against the Chinese Communist Party. To me, you've got to throw down about this virus. Think about the situation this summer. This is the surge, is still the first wave. This is not the second wave. And the reason is it turned out this virus is impervious to heat and humidity. Where is it increasing the most? In Florida, in Texas, in Arizona. Okay, the reason is we know very little about this virus. And we're going to know very little about it until we get back to the source. The source is in China. The people that know that are the Chinese Communist Party. They've known about this since late December of 2019. They've probably known it earlier. But we know they've known about it since then because the CDC of Taiwan warned the world through the World Health Organization on the 31st of December 2019 what was going on in Wuhan, that they had human-to-human transmission and community spread. It's been the lies of the Chinese Communist Party. That's all got to stop. Now, if you see what the Chinese Communist Party stands for, it's cultural Marxism. This is how they've controlled the Chinese people. They destroyed, as Jack Posobiec's talked on here so many times, the four olds. Old customs, old thoughts, old habits, old ideas, old ways. This is what they did in the Cultural Revolution. The Cultural Revolution that's going on here is seen in the streets of Seattle, the streets of Portland, the streets of Denver every day. And Jack, I want your comments on this. Now that President Trump has basically started to say, hey, look, there's one thing to protest. There's one thing to have peaceful protests. There's one thing to talk about the issues that are coming up with Mr. Floyd's murder, all these aspects. But it's a different thing when you basically have anarchists and communists, and this is what you have, taking over major cities, important cities like Seattle, Washington, and Portland, and particularly if local authority won't stand up and protect people, individuals, and property, it's time then for the federal government to have to stand in.